Hey, good day. It's Ronco Johnson, your lifestyle focused wealth coach. How is everybody doing today? I got a question for you. What if the version of you that you're living today, the version of yourself that you're living today, is just a beta test? Today, we're going to talk about when you dive into the idea of upgrading yourself and unlocking your full potential and having this self-discovery moment and seeing if you can make it stick. That's what we're going to be talking about today on Lifestyle Focus Wealth. On the inside, I'm going to be breaking it down, and I want to hear your conversations, but only for those exclusively on the inside. So I'll see you right there, and we'll be talking about these topics and much, much more. So stick around to the end, and let's see if you are you ready to level up and be your best self. That's what we're talking about right here on Lifestyle Focus Wealth. Hey, good day, everyone. It's Ronco Johnson, your lifestyle focused wealth coach. How is everybody doing today? Thank you for joining us, and thank you so much for hanging out, coming back to see us every Friday, typically 1 o'clock at Eastern Standard Time. So I look forward to talking to you about today's topic. Today's topic, we're going to be talking about, upgrading yourself, self-discovery, what it takes, and how do you think about personal growth and transformation. And if these things are compelling to you, then maybe these actionable steps that I give you later on in the podcast could be helpful to you, could be helpful to someone around you. Because, we all have a starting point. And at some point, you got to say, you know what? I think I could do just a little bit better, right? So we want to push the envelope just a little bit so that you have the ideas that maybe you haven't seen your best work. Maybe you haven't hit that pinnacle. Maybe you haven't experienced what it would be like to upgrade yourself. That's our topic today. But first, before I get into it, I want to say thank you to everyone for stopping by. Just some wonderful house cleaning things that we got to do. First of all, do me a favor before we get started. Your price of admission is absolutely free. But all I ask you to do is click down below, subscribe, smash that subscribe button right there below. And then I want you to engage. I want you to be part of the conversation. If you're going to have a comment today, I want you to put the words takeaways. We always want to hear what you're taking away from what we're discussing. Why that lets us know what's hot and what's not, right? We want to stay an inspiration to you all throughout, right? But lastly, we want you to continue to smash that like button, subscribe, and share it with your friends. And don't forget, you got to hit the notification bell. That way you can get information about all of our upcoming content and what we're talking about in the future, because we want you to stay engaged. We don't want you to miss on any of this wisdom that I'm dropping every Friday. We don't want you to miss it. And we're growing, so we need your help. And your recommendation to family and friends and everything else, it helps this channel grow, and it helps us to continue to give you the content that you're looking for. So thank you very much in advance. I want to make sure that for all you guys that have been around for a little while, make sure you sign up below at the end of this podcast for our bi-weekly email list. That way you can get on the list and learn some things about travel, about food, relationships, and business, and so much more. It's absolutely free. We give it to you. We give it to you for your loyalty. And I want to just say, and inviting you into our community. See, if you go ahead and start thinking about joining our lifestyle focused wealth community, the one thing you want to know is why. Well, we're only focusing on the things that millionaires and billionaires do. And today's conversation is definitely going to be one of those. Because in order to get to where millionaires and billionaires think, you're going to have to upgrade yourself. You're going to have to find something about yourself that needs to be able to push you to go to the next level. And man, are there so many levels out there. There's just levels on top of levels. Are you ready for that? Are you ready for that? And sometimes you may find that the people around you have absolute confidence in your abilities, in your potential. But you would never tell them that maybe you're a little chicken-hearted behind the scenes, right? So that goes with everybody. That's okay. So I'm going to tell you this. The power of intentional upgrades, if you're doing it intentionally, it moves mountains. It moves mountains. I promise you it does. Because once you start to think outside the box, you're probably never going to be able to go back. Never going to be able to go back. You know, I heard Steve Harvey tell somebody one time on a television show that you might want to take every child and every young person on a first-class flight. Because if you've never gone anywhere, or you're buying the cheapest ticket to transport from one city, one state, one country to the next, you know nothing more than just riding this vessel as a passenger. And there's nothing wrong with riding coach, folks. There's nothing wrong with it at all. I will tell you this. Once you experience the upgrade in riding in first class, once you get a chance to lay your seat back, it's wider, the seats are wider, the service is better, people are smiling at you a little bit longer. And if you're taking international flights, it's almost like a mini dorm room, a mini apartment. You can close off and lay your feet back and you really rest really well. You don't have to sleep sitting up. Once you've experienced that type of service, that level and that experience, it's difficult to go back. You start to see the value in taking time to treat yourself like the king and queen you should be. It's not about the money, but it is about the experience. It is about how you see yourself. So when I talk about upgrades, upgrades aren't just about tech or lifestyle. It's truly about your mindset. Because intentional upgrades means that you choose to evolve and you're not reacting to life anymore. You're living it and you're pushing the envelope. You're piercing history and pushing yourself places that you've never gone before. So, why is this important? We're going to get into this today. I think it's so important. And I think these are some simple takeaways that you can start thinking about how you could audit your current operating system. You know, in the past, we've talked about the human machine is just like an AI component. And I want to make sure that, we talk about that because really this is all about reprogramming. This is all about reprogramming your human machine. Again, if you don't know the difference between what you experience in coach and first class, Plan earlier. The tickets are less. Be willing to spend a little bit more. And I promise you that experience may be worth every dime if you really think about it. I'm going to challenge you for a second. Because when we're talking about an audit of your current operating system, how you operate, I mean, what beliefs, what habits, what are the routines that you use that are outdated? What do you do? Think about this for a second. As a financial professional, I was once asked, do you still have an office? Do you still have a landline? Do you still have a VCR? Do you still have an 8-track tape? Do you still have a fax machine? And you'll see the 19 and 20-year-olds today walking around with a cell phone. And let's go even further than that. You got young people understanding the value of AI, where they can make these systems operate effectively on their own. Answer email, call you, sell, market, advertise, promote. This is an elevation that's happening with everybody. And it's funny, when you have this conversation about the simple topic of AI, it reminds me, I still remember when computers were just coming aboard, right? The internet was something new. It was just something new. But guess what? Just like the 8-track tape, the VHS tape, the CD player, the iPod, we replace things. We don't sit around and say, well, I've always done it this way. Until it stops serving you anymore. You know, I do know of people. I love it. I'm looking in the comments at the same time. How many people remember that dial-up? Yeah, I know. I get it, Leela. Thank you so much for that. Who remembers the dial-up where it had to make all the noise before it logged into your telephone so you can get the internet? Today, you buy a brand new house, you don't even have a landline in it. You don't. But there's people who will say, I've always done it this way. You got to ask yourself a question. Is it still serving me well to operate that way? Think about it. Today, if you're writing bills and you're writing paper checks and you're going and hand delivering it to its destination, does that work for you today? It's probably not the best way of doing things. I still know people who rather go in a bank, write a check, get a money order or a certified check. They still write down their ledger from their handbook. They don't use online banking. But here's the thing. Is it serving you well today? In this fast-paced community, it's probably not serving you well to do that. Why? Because there's more things that people want you to do in a 24-hour span, simply because these systems are in place to make life easier and faster. When you're upgrading habits too. You're upgrading systems also. And when you think about micro upgrades, they matter. Small changes matter. It's like waking up 30 minutes earlier every day. That 30 minutes is the difference between you getting to work on time or you being behind school buses for an hour. Switching your phone to grayscale. A lot of this creates a tremendous ripple effect. Just the little mini, micro, small changes in your habit. You might not want to write a check every day, but if you were investing or putting money away, you could put your bill pay on autopilot and send a check every day if you wanted to. I'm not saying you would, but you could. You spend $20 a day, but you could send $20 a day and see how fast that starts to multiply when you add compounded interest. I know you want to do things once a month. I get it. I do. But you got to stop and ask yourself, because you've been conditioned to put your money away once a month, is it still serving you well? If you knew what I know about how the banks rather you wait for once a month so they can earn as much interest as possible before you send the payment in, you would probably think, is that working well for me? Is that still serving me well? Well, we all know when you make a double payment, you're reducing the interest that you pay. But most people only do that one time. Suppose you were to do that every single week and pay yourself first. Did you get that message? Did you get the message? Suppose you were using your own secret sauce, your own secret financial tool that we call our savings bank, our family banking system, where every time I deposit dollars into it, $1 today equals a future dollar that I don't have to earn. Little micro habits. $1 that I save today is $1 in my future I don't have to earn. Can you make those adjustments? Let's talk about the advantages, because when you become the architect of this evolution for yourself, you're not a passive participant any longer. This helps to build confidence. It helps to build clarity. And that sacrifice, knowing that the dollar you spend today is one less dollar that you're going to have in the future. The dollar you spend today is one less dollar that you're going to need that dollar in the future. That's one more dollar that you're going to have to earn. When you really think about it that way, what are we doing? What are we doing? Because we got to start asking ourselves a better question. Self-discovery is a daily practice. It's not a destination. Self-discovery is something we learn every single day. See, let me talk about being in recovery for a second. You know, if you've had an accident, or if you've broken an arm or a finger, or you've had an injury of some sort, in your mind remembers what it was like when you could run really fast or jump very high without pain. But then once you go through something, you got to get recovery, and then you got to train your body to be able to do some of those things again. Well, that self-discovery is you start to find out how resilient your body and mind can be, or how weak it can be. There are some people who won't ever push their bodies or their mind to get back to near 100%. And then there's a different class of people that will. Like I said, it's a daily practice. It's not a destination. It's a daily practice. So what? You didn't get it done today. But tomorrow, we're working on being our best version of ourselves, because that's our daily practice. I'm giving you these talking points because self-discovery isn't just a one-time breakthrough. It's a lifelong dialogue. I had to figure that out for myself. You had to figure that one out for yourself. And there's so many times that I think that we get so caught up in all the things that we're wanting to do for others, and we get caught up in all the things that need to be done and what he said or she said, and you're chasing the Joneses, that we start to forget about ourselves. So what I want you to take away from what I'm saying here is this: ask better questions. Take a moment to ask better questions. Instead of asking, what do I want? Try this. I want to help prompt your mind like your human machine, like AI. I'm going to prompt you on something. Why don't you ask yourself, what energizes me? Or what am I avoiding? Those are better questions. Because once you start to get down to it, you can get down to it and say, what is it that energizes me? Not what do I want? What gives me energy? And for me, people, positive energy, elevated conversations, people who look good, are happy, move unapologetically, discover, and grow old gracefully. These things energize me. What am I avoiding? Those are things that are hard to answer, because maybe you're working a 9-to-5 job, but you really want to be an entrepreneur. But what are you avoiding? Is it the fact that you just didn't want to put your own money up because maybe you don't believe in yourself? You might be surprised that the people around you see a value in you. And sometimes they believe in you more than you believe in yourself. What are you avoiding? Taking a loss? The most successful people in the world have taken more losses than they have wins. It only takes one good win to make the difference. So let's talk about your emotional track, because you could track your emotional patterns just by doing a few things. You could prompt yourself to start journaling every day. You could start taking notes, or even now you can get on a microphone, record your voice, and give yourself notes. These notes can reveal a reoccurring trigger that maybe keeps you where you are, or maybe a reoccurring passion that pushes you forward, or most importantly, a blind spot that you just don't see. Your friends, your acquaintances, the circle that you're around They notice all these things. They notice all these things. I asked a friend of mine just this past week, I said, listen, I got a question for you. So what? I said, if we're having a conversation and you know that I'm feeling this certain way and I'm sharing with you how I'm feeling, but you didn't detect it, but you said, well, I kind of figured something was wrong with you, but you didn't ask. You didn't offer. You didn't help level me up. I was searching for self-discovery, looking for the elevation. Don't have the answer. I got to find the answer. I'm tired of being where you are. I'm tired of being at the low end of the totem pole. When are we going to stop wanting to be the crumbs of the bottom of a barrel? There is a certain group of people who figure out that life can't get no worse at the bottom. So the only thing we have is to be motivated enough to get up and elevate every single day. And once you've experienced that elevation from the hard work, from the workouts, getting up every morning and doing it, going walking every day and doing it, every day eating the right foods, every day having high-level conversations, every day putting your best foot forward in production, guess what happens? Your passions start to come out. Those blind spots start to fade. Those triggers don't become triggers anymore. They become fuel. And you come out a better person. See, here's the advantage. Let me let you in on a secret. See, you gain what is called emotional intelligence and self-awareness just because you decided that you're going to level up. No, you're not going to let people talk to you that way. No, I'm not going to respond to those types of messages. See, this is really your true superpower. It's your superpower in relationships, in your career, and in your creativity. Once you lean into your superpower, there's no stopping you. If you truly knew that you were unstoppable and you had all the evidence to prove it, what wouldn't you try? Think about that one for a second. Put that in the comments. Are y'all with me today? Let me check in the comments and see who's with us today. Let me check in the comments. Hey, Miss Leela, how are you, darling? I see you prompting today. Good deal. Hey, Miss Henderson, I see you out there. Good day. Man, I got Mama Bear out there cooking it up. I see all that stuff today. Good day. Thank you guys for joining. Hey, Sam, happy Friday, brother. Good to see you. Good to see you. Man, I tell you now, we're ending this week of September with a bang. Y'all know it's my birthday month, so I try to give you guys back as much energy as possible, right? I really do. I really do. In the month of September, so many things just happen around me that, man, I get to go out and hang out with amazing people. For those of you that don't know, I celebrate my birthday 30 days. And I sit down and schedule time with individuals who want to celebrate me in their own special way. Now, that might sound a little different to you, but let me share with you what I gained from it. I gained their best. And their best might be different from my routine. And because I'm gaining exposure to these higher thoughts, higher conversations, different practices, I'm adding to my backpack of opportunities, my backpack of experiences, my backpack of moments that I've shared. I've tried some amazing things due to the people that surround me, who push me to do these things. And I've allowed myself the whole month just to say, yes, I will go. Yes, I will do. You invite me, you want to celebrate me, I'm coming. I'm just going to allow that to happen. We'll allow you to take control of that and just go. Again, the advantage is emotional intelligence. The advantage is self-awareness. The advantage is deeper relationships with people. The advantage is a career that just keeps elevating every day. The advantage is the creativity to be online and talk to you guys every Friday. And then I do our coaching classes every Monday. And the energy it takes to do it is off the charts. I'm busier today than I was in my 20s. And that's all because of the circle of people that I've been around. It's always nice to get to meet somebody new. It's always nice to try a new meal. It's always nice to hear an elevated conversation, maybe even talking about buying property internationally. Maybe it's talking about using your cash value and your insurance policies so many different ways. Maybe it's about meeting other people who have learned to leverage the knowledge of how to prompt their system. And I had someone tell me the other day that they were concerned about AI because maybe they just didn't want a prompt. That's okay. Sounds like I don't want to change. And I asked the person, I said, you know what energizes me? Is that it has taken artificial intelligence on demand. It has taken the field of AI for me to realize that I'm in control of the ability to prompt myself. Me, the human machine. And ever since I started thinking that way, some of the most amazing things have happened. And you're going to say, how does this work with upgrade? Rocco, how does this upgrade work? What are you saying? I know you're talking about AI, and I know you're talking about upgrading yourself, and then you're talking about financial planning. Guess what? It all goes together, because here's what's happening. See, behind the scenes, I've learned that I can wake up and tell myself, I don't want those habits anymore. I can tell myself, I don't want to feel that pain anymore. I can tell myself that too much sugar is not necessary. I don't give myself an excuse. You know, that thing that starts with an E and ends with an E? It's either a plus or a minus. Either you're adding to me or you're subtracting. See, there's no in the middle. I'd rather not do any division. I only like to multiply. When I start putting those types of conversations in my head, my results amplify. My energy level increases. Are you catching what I'm putting down, folks? I'm showing off a little bit. I know. I know. I got some more upgrade secrets for you here. I don't want to give them all away to you because I want you to be able to think about what I'm saying. I want you to be elevated in your thinking. And then I want you to stop and ask yourself, am I asking the right question? Am I able to prompt myself at a higher level? Can I push myself into a higher frequency? Because if I can do this consistently every day, I can save more money. I can save more time. I can reduce more taxes. I can create more moments and experiences with loved ones. I can be significant in life. I can leave a legacy. And this is why lifestyle focused wealth is so important to what we do. When you put this combination together, you start to figure out this ain't for everybody. This is really for those who really want to level up. We don't want any tag-alongs. If you're not trying to go up, you don't need to be around. And that's a plus or a minus. Think about that, and I'll see you after the break. Hey, join our Lifestyle Focused Wealth community. Membership starting at $16 a month when you pay the annual subscription. So register online today at www.lifestylefocusedwealth.com. Hey, I'm Rocco Johnson, your Lifestyle Focused Wealth Coach. Hey, today we're talking about leveling up, upgrading. Upgrading. You know, I have to be honest with you. The inspiration from today's conversation just happened hours and hours ago before I got on air today. And I had a whole different topic I was going to talk about. But I was explaining to a friend on an opportunity that I have for myself that I absolutely know that I need to be in the room. I know that you need to be in the room. And the funny thing is, my friend, my good person I was talking to, understood I needed to be in the room and was willing to help and assist that we get in the room. Now, not because of an ask, it was because of a belief system. And this is where I'm going back to doing things the old way. For me, doing things the old way means doing it on your own. Having business the old way and doing it on your own is business suicide. You don't want to do this on your own. You need a community, like our Lifestyle Focused Wealth community. The community has come to save the day in many different ways, in many unseen ways, whether it be that someone's going to refinance a car or a mortgage, or they need to get into a mastermind group, or whatever the case may be. But these millionaires and billionaires, what do? They help each other out. We're seeing that right now. We're seeing that right now. If you really pay attention, they're only going to vote and put their money towards the thing that serves them best. It really doesn't matter if it's red or blue. Really doesn't matter. It's what serves them best. So some of the things I want to make sure we understand today, when you upgrade your circle, you're going to upgrade your identity. Because those people already see you higher than you probably see yourself. And any responsible person that can take ownership of that holds that opportunity at its highest regard and will do their absolute best not to let those people down. See, we're talking about if you were the average of the people you engage with most, surrounding yourself with growth-minded individuals accelerates your own transformation. If there's people that I inspire, it's necessary for me to go further. That way I can continue to inspire and bring people on. And my friend had to remind me of this today. As a matter of fact, she was on top of it before I was. And I had to stop and think, oh, this is how it is when you have a community? People are willing to help you when you're just talking about your challenge, or support you when you can't quite figure it out, or give you an answer when you just can't quite get it. Or maybe you've added value to someone else's life in a way that maybe you didn't put a lot of thought to, but it was enough of an answer or enough of your time that someone said, well, your value to me has been at its highest level, and all I want to do is be able to give you the same level of value, because I want to see you succeed. It isn't about if it has a monetary dollar amount to it. It's not about if you're going to pay me back. It's none of those things, because you've already spoken for the reason why they support you. So these takeaways that I'm sharing with you as an audience today, they're not just takeaways for you. They're even takeaways for me, this guy. So when you curate your input, I want you to take this away. Here's your note. When you're developing and creating your inputs, podcasts, books, conversations, all these things should challenge and inspire you, not just entertain. See, entertainment, that's whack. It's whack. If you're not going to inspire someone to be the better of themselves, you're part of the problem. Because either one or two things, you're adding or you're subtracting. Which one are you? Because if you're just entertaining me, you're wasting my time. Unless I just want to be entertained. I'd rather you inspire me to do better. I'd rather you inspire me to do more. See, if I'm going to do an audit of my circle, and I'm going to challenge you to do an audit of your circle, those of you that have to do this, think about who believes in your potential and who drains it. And then you adjust accordingly. Because I spent a lot of time with our Lifestyle Focused Wealth community. And it's because they're always pouring into us. They're givers. Givers gain. And I've adjusted my lifestyle to give them the attention that they deserve, because they give me the attention that I deserve. Have you ever just been around someone that just drains you with every conversation, with all their woes, and then they walk away and say, oh man, thank you, I feel better. All they did was take your energy. They didn't add anything for you to continue on your pathway. How do you feel about that? Put that in the chats. Has anybody ever done that? Has anybody ever had that conversation? I'm telling you, there's no support like the people who support you, rock with you, man. Because when you audit your circle, I'm going to share with you. I'm going to tell you what happens when you audit your circle and you start making adjustments. Those people that you've been around that drain you, they're going to talk about you. You ain't going to like it, but they're going to talk about you. Oh, that Ronco, he thinks he's got so much more time to do this, that, and the other. The truth is, they just don't have access to drain you anymore. And they're mad about it. See, the truth is they're listening to you. They're getting all your advice. They're getting all your advice, but they're not willing to pay for it. They're not willing to pay for it, whether it's monetary. How many people have been in sales before? You go and talk to family and friends, the closest people to you, and those are not the people that buy. Those are not the people that buy from you. It's the people who don't know you. They give you an opportunity, and they'll listen to you. That's a known fact. So then if we're going to adjust accordingly, that means I need to talk to the people who's paying attention to me and can see my value. And they're paying the cost. They might have paid a ticket to get into the event. They might have paid in a different way. They might have come and cut your grass just so they could be around you. Guys, you got to start thinking. What is the advantage, though? I'm going to tell you what the advantage is. After that person shared with me what they shared with me, I was on my way to the gym this morning. Before I got up and got to this show, I had so much energy. And here's the advantage. When your circle is tight like that, you'll start to mirror the energy. You'll start to mirror the ambition. You'll start to mirror the mindset of your upgraded environment. And you'll start doing it without forcing it. So look, is there an advantage to paying more to be in that seat? Absolutely. Absolutely. If you're thinking about going and getting a coach, don't be in the back of the class. They used to tell you, sit in the front. The experience is different. Because if you're borderline and you're having a problem, the professor can see that you're paying the cost to pay attention. That you're in the front of the class, not falling asleep. That you're trying your best to understand and comprehend. And guess what? That student, when they're a little bit on the fence, because they've upgraded their environment just from a seating chart, that professor offers to assist, doesn't mind staying after class helping. Not saying they won't do it for everyone else, but they're offering knowledge. They're offering a solution. They're offering encouragement that does what? It elevates you to a passing grade. And when you pass that class, you're so energized and so pumped that you're talking about that class and that professor or that moment for the rest of your life. See, can you be the beacon of change for someone else like that? That's the challenge. That's what we all should be thinking about today. And, hey, thank you, my friend, for making me think about that one today. Because I have to be honestly, I have to tell you, I'm inspired by you. I'm inspired to do what I do every single day because of people like you. And I want to make sure, even live today, that I say that, because you just don't know where your inspirations are going to come from. You just have no clue. You have no clue. Hey, listen, I see the chats are blowing up. Let's see what they're saying. Takeaways. I'd rather be around people that uplift and stimulate my mind. Absolutely, Miss Henderson. Than to be around people who suck all of it and drain all your energy. I know those types of people too. I'm telling you. Strangers pay more attention to you. Hey, look, that's true. They're trying to find out your story. Sit in the front row, baby. I love it. Y'all are a mess. I want to be that for someone. And think about it. As a financial professional, lifestyle-focused wealth is designed for us to give you financial education that you can use and turn this education and literacy into transformational intelligence. If you're using any of these secrets, you're upgrading. If you're sharing this podcast with your friends, you're upgrading them. And I want to thank you for it. We all know those vampires. We do. But guess what we're not going to do? We're not entertaining vampires. Because either they're adding to you or subtracting. And I don't know about you. I used to watch those old vampire movies. I got a silver stake in my pocket. Silver bullet called I Don't Care. And a whole bunch of holy water. You can't touch us. We're building a team and we're building a community of people who are so busy making the world better. That's what we need. That's how you fight a negative, by putting more positive energy out there in the universe. Hey, if this has been a conversation today that has inspired you, or if it resonates with you, do me a kind favor. Do us a kind favor. I need you guys to go back. Think about joining our Lifestyle Focused Wealth team. Think about the importance of being around people who already are taking advantage of what millionaires and billionaires are doing. Because at the end of the day, all you need to do is be in the room. But you don't need to be the smartest person in the room. It's not necessary. It's never necessary. But if you can put yourself around thought leaders who are piercing their way through history, creating opportunities for many others, making people millions or billions, and you can inspire people to come up as well, be part of the solution, not part of the problem. And yes, that means you got to change some habits too. Hey, that's my time today. I'm Rocco Johnson, your Lifestyle Focused Wealth Coach. Man, thank you guys for hanging out with us. Don't forget to go down to the bottom and watch our description. Sign up for our newsletter and get all the information. Stay focused, stay blessed, stay engaged. It's contagious. We want you to be around. We want you to be around. We want you to be an influencer. We want you to be significant. We want you to be around. Create your legacies. Because legacies aren't bought, they're built. And that's my time for today. Again, I will see you guys next week. Same time, same place. Every Friday, you can join us right here on Lifestyle Focused Wealth on YouTube. Thank you for catching our live. But if you want to communicate with us and you want to talk to me, hey, catch us on social media, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, or whatever they call it now, X, TikTok, you name it. Send me a message. Like our pages. Join us. Follow us. Everything is at Ronco Johnson. I would love to talk to you. I'd love to meet you in person and talk to you about whatever we're talking about. And guess what? Because you're watching this podcast, you can get a free 40-minute session with me. All you have to do is go online, go to roncojohnson.com, schedule an opportunity to meet. And we'll have a virtual meeting as soon as you want it to happen. Because I look forward to helping you get to the top. Hey, that's my time. God bless. Have a great weekend. Be a positive spark for somebody else. And we look forward to seeing you next week, next Friday, 1 o'clock, same time, same place, but with more stories and more inspiration to come. Hey, listen, thank you guys for your time. God bless, and I'll see you at the top. See you next time.